Welcome to Straight Outta Jersey. Today's podcast is brought to you by Ace Sunglasses. Go to acesunglasses.com.au to purchase some of the best shades around. Use promo code MRG30 and receive 30% off selected brands. Powered by the Zapata brand studio. Straight Outta Jersey with Jersey Jay-Z and the Freak of New York, Gregg Valentino.
What's up, guys? We are live Thursday. I'm Joe Zapata, and I'm with my brother from another mother, Mr. Gregg Valentino.
What's going on, Greg? Joseph?
What's up, brother? Let's kind of wait for these people to get on. Let's kind of wait for these people to get on. We got Biggest Momos in there. Wait for a couple more people to come on.
Yeah, there's a fake Jimmy that popped his head in. It's not Jimmy.
No, I don't think it's the real Jimmy the Bull. He would have told us by now. Like and subscribe if you can. Also, like and subscribe to Maria Torcialo's channel. She's got a channel about healthy lifestyle, healthy living. Ruben Sanchez, we want to give you a shout out, Ruben. We heard you had a little surgery issue. Hopefully you're feeling well.
Ruben. I hope you're all right, Ruben.
You know, we hope you're doing all right. Hope you and everything's doing. Did you guys vote yet? Did you vote?
Not yet, but I'm definitely voting within the next day or two. I'm going to vote. Yep. Me and my girlfriend.
Yep, you're going to vote?
How you doing, George?
You vote for Kamala, huh?
Yeah, fuck that. Dude, I had an argument with a guy in the gym. Not an argument, a discussion. But the delusion, that fucking January 6th, four cops died. I said, no, they didn't. Name one. If you're going to take Brian Sicknick, he died a day or two later, and it was from a stroke. And it was like his sixth stroke. It's all bullshit. Yeah. Hey, Todd, what's going on?
Todd Morris says, Greg, all due respect, given the choice, what is your favorite non-toilet place to drop a sloppy deuce?
Well,
you dropped a lot of few in your lifetime.
If it's not a toilet, it could be, usually the outdoors. I like to give back to nature. You know what I'm saying? Plus, it's biodegradable, right? So you can't say you're really littering. You know, there'll be a green spot somewhere, maybe in the woods or behind a tree or something.
Yeah, that's true. And you do go out in the woods. I know that for a fact.
I will go out, dude. If I have to shit, I could take a punch in the face or a lot of other bullshit, but I cannot deal with if I have to shit, it's a countdown. And if I don't go, the least favorite place for me to shit is in my pants.
Ruben Sanchez, yes, everything is good. Thanks, guys. Well, we hope you're feeling well.
All right, Ruben, that's good. Good to hear. Good to hear.
Brian Edmy says Jimmy the Bull needs to come on the show. Jimmy's great. Jimmy is great. But
but Brian, I don't know if you're one of the guys. Somebody in here thinks they're funny, and if there's a fake me, and there's also a fake Jimmy. Somebody's making it. That's not Jimmy.
Tom Morris says, I didn't vote yet, but I drew a pic of Harris in the voting booth. Giving him a Biden.
Showing Biden. Oh,
yeah,
God. Biden wouldn't even know. He wouldn't even know what the hell's going on.
No, he wouldn't know what's going on.
I don't think he would know. Could he get hard? I don't know.
I don't even know. Hey, did you hear about that stupid fight that's going on at the gym with that guy? They pushed him.
Yeah. I just did a whole thing with Generation Iron today, which will be out probably in a week or so, maybe in days, because they talked to me about that fight too. It was definitely not smart on the big guy's fault, on the Van Wyck's part, because but the little guy also had a camera running.
Yes.
And he wasn't running away they were going to each other. So, I don't know.
Johnny Bravo did a video on that. Johnny Bravo did a new video on that. He got some CT footage.
Oh, okay.
And he showed the full video.
Oh, John showed it. Well, leave it to John.
Only
John. John Bravo is the best documentary maker. That guy can find it. If you picked your nose and ate it and shit, and he'll find it somewhere on video.
He'll find it somewhere, and he'll find it. And
John Bravo's the man. He's my boy.
Yes, and he found it and whatever. M-Trap FDL says the guy Jeff calls out Mike.
Yeah, but listen, it doesn't matter. Come on, I've been in fights in the gym. First of all, usually it's just heated bullshit, and then it ends. But you don't go to the cops and go get your MRI checked and all. That's a little bit like dramatic. You know what I'm saying? We've had bad fights. In my first gym that I had, the Peekskill Fitness Center gym, we had a racial wars in there. And there was like dudes coming in off the street with bats hitting the black dudes that were training. There was a lot of crazy shit that went on in that gym.
Did you have to break up fights in the gym?
What's that?
Did you break up fights in your gym when you owned it?
I
Powerhouse?
actually got hit. I got hit with a bat and a guy at the same time. I was standing like this trying to stop the guy with the bat. And I didn't see his brother came running around and fucking football hit me, like blindsided me, lifted me off my feet. And I caught the end of the, got hit with the end of the bat as I was going down. I was trying to stop them. They were going after a guy in the back room of my gym. It was bad, bro. There was a lot of that shit. But then the fucking guys wound up training with each other afterwards. So it's all over, But you can't, that happens. Jimmy after hours. What happened?
Let's see. Matt Crosby. There he is. Matt, what's up, Matt? He said I need to see the rest of the film just to see it all. Still a fit.
Oh, Matt, what's going on? How you doing?
Yeah. So Johnny Bravo did a video on that. I talked to Johnny today, texting back and forth, and he told me he got the footage from Canada. So the whole film, and he puts the whole thing out there, and it looks like something he kind of started it a little bit. I don't know. He spoke to him.
See, but the little guy, Jeff, it wasn't like he just happened to be training in the gym and the big guy went after him.
Yeah.
Van Wyck went after him. It was that he was training, he came over to him.
Yes.
And the big guy at first just pushed him, and then I heard that Jeff got up and then there was, listen, I never heard of these guys, now you know their names. So it's whatever they wanted to accomplish, they accomplished it. We're all talking about it.
Yeah, Marcos, Greg, all those YouTubers, pussy kids who are all keyboard warrior, when they confront a real person, they don't do shit.
Listen, I've been in the gym for years. You've heard me tell stories about the guy, Charlie Arms and all that shit back in the 70s. Dude, that guy would knock dudes out in the gym. It happens, but then you don't go calling the cops. It's, everybody in the gym's kind of like in gladiator mode. When you're working out, you're a warrior. You're a gladiator. This is what I just said on Generation Iron today. You're a gladiator. You're a warrior. So when you go, when you go in the gym and you got that mentality going and the testosterone's flowing, whether you're a juice head or not juice head. Okay, listen, I was a natural bodybuilder for years, but there was no internet, but I didn't go preaching around. I'm natural. Oh, fuck you. I'm natural. I competed in natural pro shows. There was no natural big shows it's like bullshit organizations. I competed in them, but I mainly competed in the AAU because there was no NPC. But it didn't matter. These guys try to shove that natural shit up your ass, and I get it. If you're natural, that's great. I respect that. I was natural 23 years, but you can't fault a guy if he wants to take the babanya. That's the way it is,
Yep.
You can't be fighting in the gym and then calling cops and stuff,
I reached out to Eric Kavinsky because I tried to see if he can come on with us. And Eric, Eric, I mean, I don't know what's the big deal about going up to somebody, asking them to get on a scale.
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
People get really bent out of shape. Oh, just get a scale of weight. I don't get why people get so bent out of shape.
I don't get that either, Joe.
Pretty nice. Mike is a pretty nice guy. Michael Hearn. You met him before, right?
Yeah. Well, Michael Hearn's wife is a good friend of mine. I knew Mona for years.
Yeah.
When I worked for MD, we all used to go there. She owned a restaurant, Nebraska Steakhouse in New York City, and that's where she, that was her home base. Now she's out in LA and stuff with Mike, but she was the nicest girl on the planet. I love Mona. I know her before Mike knows her. That's how long. Yeah. And many times we sat and ate dinner and shit. She's a great girl. Everybody that I'm friends with that knows O'Hearn really well, has nothing but praise for him.
Yes, that's right.
Priest who loves him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bob Bonham, very close with him. So I don't know. Who cares? I don't give a shit if he's natural or enhanced. Who cares? Yeah. Everybody's juiced up today. Fucking Brad Pitt was juiced up in the movie Troy. Did you see the movie Troy with Brad Pitt?
Yeah. So and Fight Club.
Hector! He's standing there. He's jacked. It's Brad Pitt, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Matt Crosby said he saw the first video and he'll have to check it out. Mike said something about all the science behind guys are mediocre and Jeff got butthurt. It's possible.
I mean, you can't. I mean, that's so stupid to, fight over stupid shit like that. Like, my bicep's bigger than yours, but you're enhanced or whatever. Who cares? Who gives two shits? It's just like not for nothing. I can't stand all that Synthol shit about me. You know, you already
I already know that.
Take Synthol and everyone, but whatever people want to think, you know, the whole balloon arm is blah blah blah. But even those guys in Brazil that look ridiculous and take Synthol, who cares? What do you give a shit? If that's what they want to do with themselves, they look no stupider than some chick that's got, you know, 2 giant basketballs implanted. But if that's what she wants to do and that's her body, what do you give a shit? I don't care if somebody tattoos their face as a lizard and puts the fucking horns underneath the skin. Who cares? That's what they want to do. I don't give a shit. So if somebody wants to do the juice, right, the babanya, who gives a shit? These natural guys holier than thou waving the flag. I mean, you make other natural guys look stupid, you know? I don't like that.
Brock 8 said Brad Pitt was 170 pounds in Troy.
Yeah, he was jacked. Dude, look, same thing with Charlie Sheen in that fake Rambo comedy movie that he did where he comes up, but he was jacked. Those guys were taking steroids. Richard Rodriguez was, you know, who I worked with and everything, you know, was even saying he was the one. Johnny Bravo was friends with Richard. Johnny Bravo's the one who came out with all the transcript of the court stuff and has and you see what's his name's on there. What are those the actors from? Jesus, my girlfriend loves them. Leon Helmsworth or one of the Helmsworths was on there.
Yeah. Christopher Thor.
You know, Mark Wahlberg. All those guys were on there.
All those guys
you know what I mean? They take the babanya. Who cares? Yeah. You know?
Mr. G said that steroids is 5%. You still have to train and eat, and to grow, you will be 231 pounds.
Listen, Mr. G is 100% right. And I tell everybody, do you know how many guys I know to take steroids and look like shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't put in the work.
The gyms are full of guys that take steroids.
100%.
They get a little bicep, little peck or something like that, but they're not even. They still look like shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They look. You wouldn't even know they're on steroids, or they look. You know, they're on fake shit or whatever the hell. But so you know, you got to have more than.
And they take them as soon as they turn 17.
Oh yeah.
They don't even let their.
We'll wait till they're older. Pee Wee Herman, you know the story. You know what I mean?
They don't want to wait.
But you're not big. You know.
That's why you grew so big. Because
well, you know, also, you see me come out of the hospital where I wasn't even eating food. I'm in there for like 2 weeks and I still was built. I was in Ohio, not Ohio, Alabama with Palumbo. I hadn't trimmed once. You know, I pulled my pants and I was like, holy shit, look at your fucking, like, you know, that's a guy. I hadn't even trained. I wasn't even eating food. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, you know, that's because I built a base naturally. But that's
how many years did you train natural? How many years?
23. But then I juiced the shit out of myself. So and the other thing is, I was also genetics. You see pictures of me at 11 years old. I was like a little black kid. I had every fucking body part. You know what I'm saying? I was, you know, I was thin. I wasn't jacked, but I was very built, you know, muscular.
Yes.
But it's genetics, you know, too. It's a combination of things.
Yep.
But you can't fight over Listen. There's full articles about me, the most hated man in bodybuilding. All this. Do you think if I fought everybody that hated my guts, I'd be a lonely man?
Yeah,
I tell everybody my girlfriend talks shit about me. When we're having sex, she tells me, you fucking loser. Look at you, you fucking old man. You're disgusting. You fucking bag of oil. And all of a sudden I come like this because you know why? It turns me on when she talks shit about me. I love this. I love to be degraded. But and all joking aside. You know, it should never have came to physical shit.
No,
you know? What Van Wyck should have said to him is, yo, you got a big mouth. Come on over here. Let's go to the squat rack. Let's do it. You know, let's figure out pound for pound.
Yeah.
Okay, you're natural. I'm, you know, I'm enhanced, whatever. I'll give you a little, I'll take a little bit of an edge, but let's do body weight for body weight. Let's see what we can do. You know, it's just do something like that if you want to. But you can't lay your hands on people.
No, you can't. And
especially not for nothing, Mike. Mike Van Wyck, if you're watching this, you saw the fucking guy had a camera guy standing there like this. You know, come on. You got to, you know that you fed right into that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. You know, the best way to do it is to probably, like George, my brother George said, you got a problem?
Go out of the parking lot.
Get in the ring. Let's get in the ring.
Yeah, or go in the parking lot and end it.
Yeah.
If there's no ring there, go in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Or go to Georgie's Bagels, okay, in Berwick, Pennsylvania. Georgia, if you live around there, there's a boxing ring underneath the fucking bagel store. I seen it. I've been there. I know. There's a nice boxing ring down there. And, you know, George will referee you to beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, that's right.
There you
Mr.
go.
Said Steve Mahalik called me the white buffalo. I was 298 pounds, ate 15K calories a day, 30K on Sundays, and did 100 rep system. Wow.
I still do that today, George. I do the high reps. It's ridiculous. Lots of sets. I do 100 sets, not the reps. I do a lot of reps too, but you don't lift light. You take a moderate to heavy weight and you do it for a lot of reps. There's a big difference.
Yep.
Mr. G probably goes.
Mr. G probably goes on midnight electric bike rides thinking he's cool. Well, he does.
Mr. G is cool. I know him personally. He's cool.
Yes.
He's a good man. He's a good man.
Greg,
but,
I want to ask you the Synthol, right?
Yes.
I know like Rich Piana obviously did the Synthol stuff or put stuff in his biceps. I heard he was very weak also lifting weights. He couldn't pick up much weight.
That I don't know. I know that he wasn't. I know, Jerry, my friend Jerry Ward, God rest his soul, passed away. He used to
Jerry Ward was a good guy.
He's not a good fighter at all. He's very, he's not tough. But listen, I don't want to talk about a dead guy. You know what I'm saying? He's dead. Rest in peace. Yes. But I don't know. I want a bench show. I think I showed you, right?
Yeah, I actually got the trophy. Yeah,
you saw my trophy. I want a bench show, and
does that Synthol make you lose natural?
I have no idea.
You never took it. I know that. People think you.
So please, these guys, I shot testosterone directly, but that whole big balloon arm that they use, look at Synthol. There it is. And there's this big balloon. It looks like a fucking balloon. And you see a drip of blood. That's because it was a hematoma, you fucking momos. And I was draining it. That's the TLC arm. I didn't have two arms that look like I had one. And I drained it of blood. And I filled up a thing like this big. It was huge. Almost a quart of blood. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But I don't care. Whatever. There's no such thing as bad publicity unless it's your obituary. Yep. I don't know. I think strength is also relative to if you're naturally strong. You know what I mean? You get strong easier if you take the juice.
Yep.
And if you're not strong, there's some guys that are great pushers and other guys that are great pullers.
AZ gave us a $10 chat. Thank you, AZ. He said in 10 years of YouTube videos. AZ. I can't recall Greg talking a single cheap shot at anyone. Greg is class. He is.
Thank you, my 100%. Brother. Thank you. I definitely don't like to talk about dead people, though.
Especially dead people.
I used to jerk off to a porn star once when I was younger, and she was dead, and I used to feel so guilty about it. You know what I mean? It's a true story. I forgot her name.
When is your billboard coming up in New York?
Okay, now there's a bill. I just did this big show, for Amazon TV and all this other shit. There's going to be a billboard. It's going to be in November. The only thing is, I'm not sure don't know if my picture is going to be on there, Joe. The director producer says, I want your picture on there. But the people that own the film, like at an Amazon film and everything, they want to put this, I think, stupid cartoon. That's if you go to my Instagram. What's my Instagram? I don't even know. It's Gregg _Valentino. If you go to my Instagram, there's a picture there. It says Criminal Lives, right?
Yeah, Criminal Lives. I saw that.
Cartoon dude. Yes. Looks nothing like me, but I'm the main guy that
takes the episodes,
all these segments on. Okay.
Correct.
And for attention, they should put my shit up there because you put a picture of me super jacked up, they're gonna have cars crashing. But nobody's gonna, that cartoon, I don't feel like that's nobody's gonna no one's gonna what the fuck is that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's not my call. But I know that there will be a billboard for that show, and it's I'm the main guy. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Wayne W. He said calling the cops and taking a selfie in the hospital is such a bitch move. He got pushed. He didn't get beat up. He's 30, yo. You think he would know better?
Wayne, truer words have never been said. You hit the nail on the head. That's what I said even on when I did the Generation Iron film today. I talked about that. It's the same thing you do. You're taking self. You can't be that hurt. Like, I might have hurt my neck. Take an MRI. Get out of here. If I was to the hospital, I'd be like, look, get out. Get out of here. You're not hurt.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I think he's doing that to, look, we're all playing into this because now this kid, I never heard of this kid before in my life. Okay. I've kind of heard of the Van Wyck dude. I might have met Van Wyck. I'm not sure.
You probably did at all the shows.
I meet everybody. I don't remember.
You meet everybody. You just don't know.
I get, I call my girlfriend by other names. I forget.
Marcos asked a question too. He said, Joe, ask Greg if he ever met Sergio Olivio, father.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, a million times. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Yes. He was not the most friendly guy. I'm going to be honest with you. But yes, of course, I met him a million times.
Wasn't friendly. I've heard that. I've never met him, but
he was not the nicest guy. He wasn't a bad guy. Just wasn't the most friendly guy. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
There's some guys who are super friendly. Ronnie Coleman's super friendly. There's a lot of guys, Kevin Levrone. Those guys are such great guys. He wasn't such the greatest guy, but I met him back, I met him at once in the 70s, and then I met him at the Olympia in 1984 in New York City, and then I met him a gazillion times after that too. But he was just a little strange.
Yeah. Dan Solano said, "Hey, Joe and Greg, what's going on, Dan? How you doing?"
Hey, Dan, how you doing?
Independent Dreams, Rich was strong. I guess, but I mean, Boston.
Yeah, I have no idea. Look, I have no idea
weights.
whether Rich was strong or not. I don't want to talk about, like, again, I don't like to talk about the dead. Let him rest in peace. All I can tell you is whatever he was an amazing guy for what he did. He got a lot of people into this sport that, he was like a character, So he got a lot of people to come into the sport with his, online antics and, does your balls hang lower than your dick, that kind of shit. And he just, it is what it is,
Yep.
God rest his soul, though. That's all.
M-Trap said, Greg, I hope you get paid for these things. Yes, Greg does.
What things? Oh, you mean like a Generation Iron? Yeah, of course.
Greg, Mr. G said, Greg, you're a real life cartoon character. They should use your real pic.
Thank you, George. The producer, it's the same guy who did, like, I did all the, the Vice TV, Vice Television. And he also works with A&E. He wants my picture up there. He's like, we got to put his picture. It's going to draw, because that draws attention. You know, yes. One of the old pictures of me, not like this, but I mean, like one of the old pictures where I'm super jacked, and just stick it up there. But, he's not the one that makes the call on that. They have like advertising teams, and they might just stick this stupid. I'm going to be the, main guy in the show. But what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? If he goes with that cartoon, it's on my Instagram. If he goes with that cartoon, I think it's stupid. But we had a dinner about it 2 weeks ago. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see what happens with all that. But there's a lot. I got a lot of other little things brewing.
Tyler Durden said, "Team Valentino checking in. What's up, Tyler?"
Hey, Tyler, how are you? Thank you so much. I appreciate
Matt Crosby said, "First time taking 5150 pre-workout by Rich Piana's company, obviously 5%, was quite a ride." I bet it was. I mean, I heard his supplements weren't that bad. Were pretty good.
Oh, I would love to. I think I did take Love It, Kill It.
I have a couple of his supplements too.
Yeah, Joe Schwartz, I think, gave it to me. I'm not sure. I met Rich, but I didn't get any. He didn't give me any supplements or anything. But I like all that stuff, dude. I like anything that has energy in it.
Yeah.
I'm I love energy. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Dan, George, are you coming back to After Hours anytime soon? We'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't blame George. It's gotten a little crazy.
Hey, Greg, I run an old school bodybuilding page where I shared a photo of you looking incredible in your teams. Just
Okay, so wait, it's Jared Davies. Jared, yes. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think I sent you that picture. See, people take the pictures, and when they put it up with another picture and it kind of squeezed. So my head, I look like it's squeezed like that. So I sent them the normal one, which is not even the great. There's better. I think my girlfriend has better quality ones, but I sent the normal one, to you, Jared. And you don't have to put it. I don't care. This doesn't matter to me. Yeah. But I appreciate you putting that picture up of me anyway, and the props that you gave me, saying I look good. Because look, I wasn't always ugly. I know. Listen. I know when I took the steroids, and I did shoot steroids locally, and yes, they were oil-based steroids. It wasn't Synthol, but I don't give a shit what anybody thinks. I could do whatever. You know what I mean? But I know I looked stupid, and I know I looked retarded, okay? And I don't look like that now. I mean, I still got pretty good arms, but I don't, I'm not anything like that. If that was Synthol, I could sit here right now and still look fucking crazy. Yep. But, when I was younger, in the picture that you put up of me, I was 19 years old. I was fucking, nobody could beat me. I told you, the only natural that I felt like that I had trouble with was Kai Green when he was young. Green and I. Kai Green and I were in Johnny Latch gym, and I was like, I couldn't believe it, because I knew I had entered a lot of shows as a natural body, but even as a teen, and I would beat grown men. I would win. Mm-hmm. And then here I see this guy, my friend's like, yo, bro, this kid's natural. You got to see him. Wait till he comes in. And I see him. And I was like, holy shit. Because we were together. He had, I have Joe, you know me. See, Joe knows me in person, sees me, I have a really broad back and a really, really small waist, But that fucking guy's back was just like more, you know, we were about the same width, but he was so much denser. And I have really good legs. He just had this density that was just, he was great.
Insane.
Kai Green was great. He was fucking, he was great. But thank you. I appreciate that. You know, I can send you pictures if you ever need other old school. Remember, what you guys don't understand is I'm one of the few guys around, John Romano, Dave Palumbo, give me props, is that I was in Gold's Gym, right? That famous picture that Joe right here, put up, okay, of me, which Gold's Gym has this picture that they put in a lot of the Gold's Gyms, right? They call it an iconic photo. All the pros are in there. And I'm in it with Mensa, the two Mensa brothers, you know, Chris Dickerson, who had just won the Mr. Olympia, or was about to win the Mr. Olympia, Samir Banu, fucking, I think Lou Ferrigno was in there, what's his name? Bob Parrish, just a million guys.
Andreas Cowling.
Right, Andreas Cowling, fucking, so many guys. They were all in it. Roger Callard, all the old school guys. Okay, and I'm right there. I'm the first guy, all the way to the left. You can see me. My hair was curly because I really had curly hair. I used to slick it when I would go for a competition. You know, like in those pictures you see me when I was young. I had really but I slick it for the pictures because I felt like when my hair was out here, I felt like it made my shoulders look bigger when it was slicked. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I slicked it. But you know, you see me. There's a picture of me there, and I was in the gym with all these guys. You know, I was in the gym there. I'd go in World's Gym in the morning, and it was Arnold's right there. You know, I always tell the story about it. You know, and I know Arnold very well now. You know, I pranked him not too long ago.
You knew Arnold.
And I remember going up to him, Arnold. You know, I was like freaking out on him and shit. And he's like, "Don't get so emotional." But he was doing cable rows, and he was in World's Gym. And Joe Gold used to call me the man with the New York tan because I was pale white. You know, but I was there. So when you talk about old school, but me and Rory Liedelmeyer talk back and forth. You know, Rory just texted me yesterday, but I'm just saying. I'm the old school guy. You're the old school guy. Old school, bro. You have no idea. I bet John Gremick. I got pictures. I'll show you. I think they're on my Instagram if you scroll. John Gremick, Steve Reeves. You know, all of them.
All the guys.
You know, all the old school guys. Larry Scott. I knew all of these guys. I knew Bill Pearl. I knew all. Rich Gaspari. You want to hear a funny story? My partner Paul, that owned the gym with me, right? My powerhouse gym. He was my partner in the gym. We sat with Bill Pearl, and we had dinner with him in New York. We sat with him for literally 2 hours, and all he did was talk shit about Arnold, right? And that year, that was the year that Arnold, like this was like in the spring. Then the late that fall into the winter, then you know, right when winter comes into Arnold gave him the Lifetime Achievement Award, and we were like, holy shit! If you only knew, like 8 months ago, we sat with Bill, and all Bill Pearl talked about was Arnold, and he wasn't talking about him in a good way. No. He talked such shit about him, you know. It was funny, but I've been there, so I have that experience, and I could, you know, it's one of the things I could always say, man, I was there.
You were there, and it was in a little gym in the middle of Virginia, like in a little town.
But that picture was not from Virginia. It was in the Virginia gym because it's a Gold's Gym, and the Gold's Gym franchise sends that picture around because it's iconic. I mean, everybody's in that picture. The plaques, they're all somewhere in the crowd. And I'm the first guy to the left. To the left,
Marcos said, Joe, can you ask Greg what's his best-selling item he's ever sold on eBay with his girlfriend?
Oh, boy.
Probably the painting? One of the paintings?
The what?
The painting, maybe? One of the paintings?
Okay, yeah. I'll tell you. All right, you guys, my girlfriend has an eye for this shit, right? And meanwhile, I come from a family of artists. My father and my mother were both artists. That's what my father did for a living. It's not like a hobby. My father was a world-renowned commercial artist. He did Leah Perrin steak sauce and fucking A1 steak sauce, which is weird because they're rivals. He did Leah Perrin steak. He did Shenley Whiskies, John Deere tractors. He did fucking Persona razor blades, Playtex stockings,
Coca-Cola.
Fruit gum. He didn't do Coke. He did oh fuck. I have to look down. He did a lot. But anyway, so you would think I would have the eye, right? I don't. My girlfriends were junking, and my girlfriend finds his picture. And it's like some dude with his piece of God hanging. and it's a drawing. So somebody did with like pencil, you know. And my girlfriend goes, I don't know, I'm taking this because she sells art too. So she takes it and she sells it and she puts it up for $200 on eBay or $250, right? And the minute she puts it up, somebody buys it like this, right? And the guy's from New York City, and the guy says to her, listen, I don't want you to send this to me. I want to come pick it up. Do not send it to me. I will pick it up. Now, we normally don't do that, okay? But for this one time, I don't know what made us do. But we said, okay, so a guy comes, and we give him the picture, and he opens up this big, like it almost looks like a briefcase. And it opens up, it's got like, you know, all like padding. And he puts the picture down, and he goes, do you realize that this picture is from the 1800s and it's by some fucking famous artist? Now, we found that somebody threw it out. Mm-hmm. We only got 250, but the thing was worth thousands and thousands of dollars. Now, the first thing everybody says to me is, oh, I would have took it back and told him he's got to pay me. Well, he can't. I already made the sale.
You already made the deal, I mean?
Yeah. But that thing was worth thousands of dollars. He was an art collector.
Yep.
So that thing could be in an art display museum thing or whatever. I don't know what he did with it. You know what I mean? But it was worth thousands of dollars, you know, wow. And we found it, and she sold it for like 200 or 250. I'd have to ask her, you know, but it was crazy. And I don't know how she knew, because I looked at that thing and I was like, that shit looks like something some kid fucking drew, you know, with a pencil. It was in a frame already.
Yeah.
What'd you say? She said, it's my intuition. Anyway, it was in a frame. We kept it in a frame. We never took it out of the frame. You know, he took the frame. I think he said he was going to did he say he was going to reframe that, Lucy?
I don't remember.
There was a broken piece of, she said that there was actually a little piece of the frame had broken off, right? And she told the guy in the fucking, when she bought it, we was buying it from eBay, listen, there's a little tiny piece of the frame that broke off. I have it. She got the front piece. It was like laying on the ground when we found it. So she took it, and the guy was happy. I want even that piece. So maybe he kept the frame. Maybe the frame was worth shot all. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well,
so there you go. That's probably the coolest thing. I mean, we've sold a lot of shit, you know, insane shit.
Mr. Good Guy 2009 says, Greg, would you participate in a documentary of Big Lenny?
I would, but the thing is, I knew Big Lenny from talking to him. You know, I've talked to him on the phone. I've talked to him here. You know, on the stuff and on the online here. You know, because we used to do shows with Dave, and when George and Lenny were going at it, sometimes I would talk to Lenny off the camera and everything. But I wasn't part of his life, so I wouldn't be the greatest guy to to do even though I did the whole thing on Hulk Hogan for Vice TV, they asked me to do the whole. I'm the guy who narrated, you know, the Hulk Hogan Vice TV 9 Lives of Hulk Hogan.
Yep, and you did 9 Lives of Arnold too.
Right. Well, I did Arnold, but I know Arnold. I don't really know Hogan like that. You know, I've met him, but I don't know him. Like, I know Arnold, but I don't know
Arnold. Yeah, very well.
Yeah.
Dirk Diggler said, spam in the can is the best birth control.
Right. Ham in the can. That's right.
Dirk Diggler.
When people talk about abortion, I say, well, you know, there's two other, you could stick it, you know, down the hatch or down, you know, up the crack. You know what I mean? You don't have to friggin', you know, you don't always have to fucking stick your, you know, go after the box. You can eat the box too. You don't have to friggin' always, you know.
Dirk Diggler, Greg, how can I get more of these college chicks to be more open to it?
Well, good luck with that. You know, college chicks. You gotta, you know, act like you're a pussy. Act like you're for Kamala Harris. Be a soy boy. They love that shit. Right?
When are you voting? Tomorrow?
I don't know. Yeah, either tomorrow. I'm gonna vote though. Vote soon. Yeah. Early voting is big.
Yeah, I'm gonna vote probably.
Early voting. You got to vote right away, guys. And we got to get Trump in there.
Vote for Trump. Get him in there. We got to get Trump. You know.
It's just unbelievable how people, you know, again, a guy in the gym's telling me all this shit, and I'm like, boy, well, he's a dictator. He's going to fucking arrest his. Show me a video where he says, wait till I get in. I'm going to arrest Joe Biden. I'm going to arrest. It doesn't exist because it's not true. His exact words were, my revenge will be my success. They don't want me to succeed. That's the best revenge. They're the ones locking everybody up. Come on now.
Marco says, I still listen to those shows of Mr. G with Lenny. They're the best episodes with Jimmy. Right now, the show sucks. Can't even watch it no more. I only watch because of Greg and Jimmy sometimes.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And Jimmy, I'm telling you, Jimmy would appreciate that too. Jimmy, Jimmy is such a good guy, and so is George. They're both great, great, great guys. And George wound up helping Lenny. When Lenny was in a hospital down there, George went to see him and stuff. So George actually helped Lenny. And Jimmy's a great guy. You know what it is? After Hours forgets that the name of After Hours should be, we used to do crazy stuff and talk about off-topic stuff. When you start talking about, should Derek Lunsford have more straight at his glutes, or should, nobody cares about that. I mean, the guys do care about that, but there's other shows for that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Terminator Juice said, Greg, please make the late night streams again. I'm losing my sanity.
Oh, okay.
Greg's got late nights going on at nighttime too.
I got a lot of shit I've been doing.
He does,
Juice,
but you guys keep on
thank
it.
You. Mm-hmm. Thank you. I'll do one again. I'm sorry. Thank you, Terminator Juice. I just like to have fun.
Marco said Jimmy is not going on After Hours because of Armand and Larry.
No. It's not that. Armand and Larry, they're good guys. Larry talks with me. Larry's a good guy. Dave stoked that fire. If you remember, I'm the one that fucking actually said, "Whoa, wait a minute," and I put it in perspective and said, "Larry, why did Dave bring your name up? He shouldn't have." When you're talking about fighting, you don't say you don't say to Larry, "Hey, would you fight Jimmy the Bull?" Why did you do that? You didn't have to do that. Jimmy wasn't even there. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that. And Larry didn't, Larry realized, holy shit, he's right. Why'd you do that, Dave? You shouldn't have asked me. Of course he's going to stick up for something. What are you going to do? Say, no, I'm going to run away? The thing is, that's not why Jimmy's not on. I think Jimmy likes to feel love. Okay. And I don't think that Jimmy's feeling the love right now. And Jimmy also works a lot. Jimmy is in the truck. I talked to Jimmy the other day when we were on. If you notice, I fuck around with stuff all the time. Listen, the other day when we were on, like I think a week or two ago, if you notice, I get up. I'm not on a screen. I'm like this. That's because I was talking with Jimmy on the phone, and he said, "I'm not going on." I called Dave. He doesn't want me to come on. He doesn't send me the link or whatever. And then Dave's like, "Well, I sent him a link." And so there's, I think Jimmy wants to feel the love, the respect. Mm-hmm. You guys don't know Jimmy. You see Jimmy and you just think he's this guy that screams on the show and everything. You don't realize that Jimmy is a legitimate, great guy, biggest heart you've ever seen. Yep. George will tell you. But Jimmy's also, don't fuck with him. I'm just telling you, he's a bad, bad dude. That motherfucker, I spotted him on stage. 600 pounds reverse grip like this. And he did it on his own 3 times. I told him, listen, do me a favor, get it, please. Because there's no way. I was by myself. Instead of having a guy on this side, a guy on this side, I was standing behind him. I don't know what the hell they were thinking of. Because I told Jimmy, please, I beg you. Please, just make sure you get this off because I can't lift it off yet. You'll have my ball sack in your face while I'm trying to fucking, I can't deadlift that shit, This was like 2003 or something like that, But he was like, don't worry about it. And he's like, he repped it out. Jimmy's a strong guy.
Yeah, Mr. G said there are too many people on After Hours.
Jimmy, George is right. George is right.
Mm-hmm.
George is right. George.
William Allen.
George is a good man.
Yep, George is a good man. William Allen said, what has Richard Rodriguez been up to?
I don't know. I like Richard. Richard's actually a good guy, but I think he's trying to get his family. I think he's, he was away, in jail and everything. And, I'm really kind of tired of everybody talking about jail stories on, everybody and their brother is on fucking YouTube now talking some of the guys tough guy. Yeah, I was shot for in jail. And I was like,
like Wes Watson.
Oh, please. Listen to me. If you've ever been around true tough guys, they don't sit there and say anything. Go around some of these mafia dudes, Greg Scarpa and some of the baddest dudes ever. They don't talk. They just sit there. And they'll be like this. And dude, when you go outside, you're dead. I'm just telling you. They don't fuck around. They never tell anybody, I'm going to kick your ass. I'll fuck you up. Come on, look at his muscles. Muscles mean nothing. Nothing. Look at Nate Diaz. He's got a concave chest, right? I'll kick your fucking ass, Meanwhile, trust me, he would be on you like a spider. And before you know it, you'd be choked out, Don't think that everybody thinks that jack means you can fight. It doesn't. No. But that's the thing. Oh, my God. Tyler Durden. Yes, Tyler Durden. You just... Woo! You know
In
how
7. That's my prediction. Yankees in
Oof.
7.
Joe, what are you doing to me? 7. You're killing me.
Yankees in
Can't you
7.
say Yankees in 4 or 5?
Yankees in
I
7.
can't take
Let's go
7 games. I won't be able to handle that, Joe. So you didn't see me when the Rangers were in the Stanley Cup in 1984. By the end of the Stanley Cup, I needed like 2 weeks to recover. That was the greatest sports series I've ever seen. I don't know if you guys follow hockey, but boy, let me tell you something. They would score with 3 seconds left to tie the game up. Then it would go in overtime, and then it would go triple overtime, and you're still sitting there. And then with maybe a couple seconds left in the game, they score, or they let up a goal.
Yep.
You know, every fucking game. You know,
Yep.
they played the Islanders and then Vancouver. 7 games the Islanders, 7 games. Same thing. Every game went to the literally last couple seconds. You know?
I thought the 96 World Series for the Yankees, I thought that was a great because they weren't supposed to beat the Braves.
No, that was a great, but this went
Down
7
2-0.
games. This went every game went that's like winning every game in the fucking in extra innings. It's just unbelievable the way the Rangers pulled that off. But the thing is, I really want to see the Mets win too, because although I fear the Mets almost more than I fear the Dodgers.
Yes, I did too.
Because the Mets are
riding
like
a little magic ride.
Little brother, and they want nothing more than to kick the Yankees' ass. And there's nothing worse than your little brother kicking your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, you're absolutely right.
That's Joe. He comes from a family of brothers.
That's right. Exactly.
And,
let's see.
And if George is watching this right now, George is like,
I'm
pop little brother, and I'm going to kick you.
He's probably going to pop in sometime. John Bassett said, how you doing, man? Any updates on an upcoming fight with Mr. G? Mr. G.
Mr. G's.
Mr. G said he was at the Taylor Swift concert in Miami at Don Schuler Hard Rock Stadium. I drove some people there. Oh, okay.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Okay. I didn't think you were at the Taylor Swift concert, though.
No, George, wait, you didn't sit and watch Taylor Swift, did you?
No, I think he just drove people there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to sit there and watch Taylor Swift. You know,
all those people, they sicken me though. The minute they start getting involved in politics, you should be like Dolly Parton, or even like my girl, Caitlin Clark. I love Caitlin Clark. They asked her, well, what do you think? What's your take? And she goes, I just think everybody should vote. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to tell my opinion on whether you should vote or shouldn't vote. Caitlin Clark, the basketball player, bro, she had even me watching the WNBA. And my daughter was a basketball player, but that's a different story. I don't like the WNBA.
Did the Liberty win?
No. Wait a minute. Who won?
Who won? I don't know who won. I know that.
Listen, after Caitlin Clark left, it was done.
Okay.
I love Caitlin Clark. That girl, she's like Wayne Gretzky was in hockey. You know what I'm saying? She's like a woman playing with children. She's just unbelievable. And they can't stand her because she's white. It shouldn't matter what her race is. She's a great player. You know what I'm saying? She's a great player. I loved Reggie Jackson growing up. I didn't say, well, he's black or he's Hispanic.
He was a jerk off, though.
Yeah, he was. I worked out with him a few times. You know that. I told you he used to
work out
girls. I was doing shoulders one time with him on a Nautilus shoulder machine in Gold's Gym. And the girls walk by and he go like this, cat call him and shit. And, they turn around and they're looking at me. And I'm like, fucking dude, don't do that shit. Because they think it's me. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He was really bad with that.
Yeah. Terminator Juice said, Greg, I'm a little worried the other day. I saw you scream at someone while on RX Muscle live stream. I'm hoping you and Lucy are okay. It's probably his mother-in-law.
No, who was I screaming at? I didn't scream at anybody. It might have been was it maybe a joke? I don't know. I don't scream at my girlfriend. Me and my girlfriend have been. Joe's with me. Joe knows me and my girlfriend very well, and he knows me. All right, me and Joe we have similar relationships.
Yes.
I've been with my girlfriend 18 friggin' years. She's the girl I used to talk about in the magazine. And the thing is, I changed her name, but the thing is, we get along really, really well. I'm a lot older than her. I'm older than her mother, even though her mother looks like an older man than me. But still.
Yes.
Joe Rogan just did a thing about the Amazon, right? A couple of days ago or a week ago, whatever. And the guy who's on there, I love that guy. He looks like fucking he looks like Frank Zappa. He's got that hooked nose, but he does all the I love this. I love all that shit. Because I love a lot of stuff outside bodybuilding guys. And they were talking, and he was talking about how when you got to take a shit in the Amazon, you can't just shit. He said you have to actually sit there because of The dong beetles, he said, are as big as golf balls out there, and they fly to hit you in the face, and they try to get to your shit. They'll actually crawl into your asshole. Okay, which is insane. So you're going. He said, dude, watch the.
I gotta watch it. They'll crawl into your asshole.
I'll say. I watched the one. Wait, I'll tell you where it is. I'll just watch the one. I'm gonna look for it right now. I just watched it before I got in with you, Joe. I just was watching it. Okay, wait a minute. Where is it? Is this it? Yeah, it's called. I'll tell you the name. Is this it? I think it's called. Yeah. I can't see it. Uncontacted tribes being displaced by oil companies and other stories from the Amazon. It's on Joe Rogan Clips, JRE Clips. Go check that out. He put it up. He put it up 3 weeks ago. All right. Now that guy looks like Frank Zappa, bro. And he's an expert on the Amazon. He always has him on. And he was saying, you don't understand. Because Joe was asking him, isn't it true that, like, because he was talking about how the natives tie their cock up. You know, they have the thing and they tie their cock up in the air like this up against their body. And Joe goes, is that so when they, hey, Brian, what's going on? Brian
Pablo, what's up, man?
So he goes, Joe Rogan asks him, wait, why do they tie their cock up? Do they do that shit because are they afraid when you pee in a river that those fucking little fish go up your pee hole? And he said, you think that's bad? This guy said, yes. He goes, but that's if you pee because the pee attracts them somehow or they know that you're, right? He said, but what's worse is he goes, you cannot just take a shit in the Amazon. He goes, people think, oh, I got to take a shit. You run behind a tree and pull your pants down. He said, the minute you pull your pants down, something's trying to go up your ass because it smells your asshole and the shit. And he said, the dong beetles are huge, right? And he said, they eat your shit. He said, they've been, as soon as you're shitting, he goes, they're all over the shit like flies, you know? Wow. You got to watch the story. I never watched this before. So if I'm ever, I don't think I'm ever going to the Amazon, but if I ever am, I got to now. He said you have to actually, he said you got to hold on to a tree. This is what he says. You got to watch the video. And he says you got to take a branch and you got to swat. You got to like keep doing like a fan around your ass. He said so that keep them away so that they, try to. And he says you got to push it out and then you get, do whatever you got to do. The job ain't over till the paperwork's done. So I don't know, wipe your ass with a leaf or whatever you got to do real fast. He said, because they will go up. There are bugs and shit that will try to get up your ass into your intestines.
Wow.
So he said, the dong beetles, he said they're huge. And he said they take human shit and they fucking roll it into a ball and they lay eggs in it, right? So I wrote on there, my mother-in-law is a dong beetle because she's been on my shit ever since I met her, Anyway, that's what led me up to this.
Wow. Damn. That sounds like taking a shit at Diddy's house.
You get a big dick up your ass.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but can you imagine? You
Joe
think
from
you're
Ohio.
What's that?
What's up, Joe from Ohio? What's up, Joe and Greg?
Hey.
Hope to meet you one day. You going to the Arnold in March?
Oh, I don't go to those shows. I really don't want to go to. I probably not, unless. I don't know, unless they I work for somebody that day, you know what I mean? Because I got so much other shit. I'm doing like a little mainstream things, TV stuff and everything. And so I got a bunch of things I'm doing. I got to hook your brother up with this guy that I grew up with. I told you he does the boxing podcast and everything. He does it with Ian Bick. Some of you guys know who Ian Bick is, but anyway, I got to hook you, but we'll talk about that later. But so because I'm doing it again, I think in a week or so. But, I would go if I was working for somebody. I love to see you people. When I used to work for MD, excuse me, Corona, they used to give me the passes, what do you call it, the tickets for the night show, right? I went once, I sat with Triple H and Dave and shit, you're sitting there and they're all breathing. Like looking around, like, what do you guys, you need to lose a little weight. Anyway, so and I had dinner with those guys, we have dinner together, but I don't like to go to those shows. I only sat with them because, Paul was there, Triple H, and we're all friends. The thing is, though, I hate those night shows. I can't sit there and watch, the guy's fucking posing and doing all this like robot shit, dance,
Vince
Taylor. Get that,
Yeah.
I like going to the expos to meet you people, the fans. That's what I like that shit,
Yeah. Ron Simmons said damn a couple times. That's the wrestler Ron Simmons, I guess. I don't know.
Oh.
Matt Crosby said so much effort to take a shit and no Amazon for me.
Matt, listen to me. I swear to God, Matt, I'm going to send the thing to Joe. You watch the video. It's towards the end. Joe Rogan's like, oh my God. Like, he couldn't believe that just taking a shit is an event in the Amazon. If you have to go really bad, he said the minute you pull your pants down, he said, you got to watch the guy. All right. He said the minute you pull your pants down, it's like the whole forest just starts coming at you because they know it's like somebody rang the dinner bell and shit, you know?
Yeah. Greg, I was about to tell you is, you know who I spoke to is going to come out. I'm going to interview him privately.
Who's that?
Mr. Royce Gracie.
Royce Gracie. Hoist Gracie.
Royce Gracie, yes.
There you go.
I'm going to be interviewing him.
I like Hoist Gracie. I love all that
Talk
shit.
about the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and everything. So he's going to be coming on. I'm going to talk to him. And I was actually, this weekend, I'm going to be seeing Mickey Rourke. I think I told you.
Rourke. I love Mickey Rourke too. He looks like he was chasing parked cars. He used to be a good-looking guy. I don't know what the hell happened.
Well, I know what happened. All that stuff he did to him.
Stop pumping that shit. Even so Stallone right now.
Yeah, Steven Stallone got a little bit kind of crazy.
I don't know what are you doing, bro? You know, men age gracefully. Women age like men. They look like men when they get old. But still, Stallone, I don't know what the hell you're doing with that. Don't do that shit. You know what I mean? He now looks like. Do you remember his mother, Jackie Stallone, when she used to do those fucking like, psychic commercials and she'd have the headband on in the 80s? You know, she used to do that. Call the psychic hotline. Anyway, he looks like her now. Yeah. But did you see the story about his daughter, his one daughter? I think it's the middle daughter, who she was here in New York City and some fucking stalker. She's the stalker followed her. Some guy when he savages on the street and he chased her all the way into Sephora or whatever it is shop, and she hid in there and they had to call the police and they dragged him out. He wouldn't leave. You know, he was harassing, grabbing her. She was afraid for her life, and he didn't even know who she was. She was just a hot chick. If you're a hot chick walking on the street in New York City, even during the day, and you're in Midtown during the day, there's trouble. There's savages now. They ruin my city. Savages.
Yep. I never met Sly, but I've met his brother Frank.
I've met Sly. I've met him backstage. He used to be at all the Arnold Classics for years. He's always back there, you know.
Yeah. He's still juicing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him. You know,
he looks good. I mean,
I don't blame him. You know, there's nothing wrong with a little. I don't listen. You know, again, I had cancer, throat cancer, blah 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 blah. So, you know, me, I do the what do you call it? The hormone replacement therapy. I do it with a doctor. As a matter of fact, look, I just got my testosterone. Where is it? Come over here, baby. Get your ass over here. You sexy little thing.
Let me see what you got, Greg. Let's see.
He's so sexy. Look at that.
Let's see it.
Right there.
There it is.
I just got seated. There's this.
Oh,
tag. I don't want my fucking address.
Don't show an address showing.
You psychos. But anyway, here's the. Wait, what am I showing you?
No. Don't show that.
There's that.
There it is.
Then there's this CVS tag with my name. See, I get the. All right, shut up. My girlfriend's like, don't show that shit. You show your name and address. But anyway, you know, the CVS. I get it for, you know, I get a doctor. I only do 200 milligrams once a week or once every 10 days when it depends on her. And then I go off. And that's what I'll do for the rest of my life because I need it. I abuse the shit. And I don't notice anything really body-wise, but I notice the peace really God because me and her have sex almost every single day. So, you know, I got to stick up with that. She's on, Lucia, how old are you? She's like 37 years old, whatever she is. And, you know, I'm 64, you know. And like I said, I'm older than her mother, you know, although her mother has a little bit better goatee than I do. No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't get guys. Her mother's a nice guy, so I really shouldn't say that. But,
Luciano. Hey, Zapata. Yo, Greg. What's up, Luciano?
Luciano. What are you doing? So, but I will do the testosterone. I have to. I abuse that shit. I don't notice anything body-wise, but I do notice it helps the peace of God. Yep. Don't get the aches and pains in the joints like that. And the feeling of well-being is just better. You know what I mean? But, you know, I abused it. If you guys didn't abuse it or whatever, you know, but I abused it.
And you got it preloaded in your bathroom because when I went to go take a pee,
you know what? No, that was you know what that is? That was a needle that had alcohol in it.
Oh, okay.
You know, I won't preload that. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Don't let him talk. Don't let him talk to you like. Look, I just got it. Here's the date. Look, I put the date on there right there. Right here. Look.
When are you gonna open up that bad boy? When are you gonna?
I gotta take. I got one more left for the other one, and then she's so cute, isn't she? Look at her. Look at her. Wait, where? Right there.
Look at that.
Look at it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what real shit looks like. None of that British Dragon, fucking whatever that shit is you guys are fucking getting that some guy makes in his fucking coffee mate, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the real shit. Look, comes with the
Mm-hmm.
insert, the whole bit right there. Fucking CVS.
Yep, that's the good shit right
but
there.
My doctor.
You got a prescription though.
Because without it, my nipples start tingling and I'm feeling very, very upset.
I think it'll be legal eventually. I think like marijuana in New Jersey.
Dude, let me tell you something. All I have to do is say I'm a woman and I'm transgendering into a man, and they'll give me this shit by the boatloads, you know?
You're right.
Or you get some chick to say, dude, that's what you guys do. I just still heard about it. You want to get tests for free? Or like just get, what do you call it, tests from CVS? Have your girl go to the doctor, say, I feel like I need to transgender. I don't want to, I'm a man. And then they'll fucking prescribe tests for her, and they won't ask a fucking question. They don't ask you a question. Oh, wait, here, we'll pay for it and everything. Here you go, please take it. Do you need more? When you need more, come right back.
Yep.
And you'll get your test. All you need to, but you guys, some of you guys though, you don't tell your girl. That I don't like. You know, like I can't. If she finds out, she'll break up with me. Come on, dude. Are you kidding me? I'll report you to Andrew Tate. Then you'll really get pissed on.
Dorifax, how you doing? Thoughts of Mike Van Wyck. We just talked about that.
Dorifax, we just spent the whole front of it. You know what you got to do? Dorifax, my brother. All you do is when we get off, rewind the tape to the beginning.
Rewind it. Yep. And then you'll see we talked all about it at the beginning.
Rewind the video, go to the beginning, and you'll see us talking about it.
Just talking about it.
Yeah, it's
the boy. Hey, Lee, what's up?
Lee, what's up?
Lee is going to be on Nick DiPaolo show.
Oh, is he? My
boy, he's going to be on Nick DiPaolo, so watch that. Nick DiPaolo's making you watch.
I met one of your old girlfriends today, right here. Look. I'm dating her now. She's mine. My doctor just gave it to me, Lee.
Lee said he got assaulted in the gym.
Did he? I doubt it.
Yeah.
Lee ain't going to take no shit.
No, Lee will throw someone out the window. There's no way.
I think he meant maybe Sean Ray sexually assaulted him.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, exactly. Maybe Sean Ray got to him. I doubt that.
Is that Ron Simmons? Is that the Ron Simmons upstate from upstate New York bodybuilder?
No. That's somebody messing around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, Greg, it's about an hour in. I'm going to wrap it up. I got some things I got to do. Obviously, I appreciate your time. You know, I love you, brother.
You know, I love you, bro. We got it.
Yep. Lee, thank you. Dorfax, Ron Simmons, Matt Crosby. Thank you, Matt. You're going to come on with us eventually. Mr. G. Of course, we missed our boy John Mancini tonight. Tyler Durton, Marcos, Ben, Brian Pablo, William Daniel.
Thank all you guys, man. I appreciate it.
Dirk Diggler, Dan, Terminator Juice. I can't
see all the names. I can't see everybody.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it. Independent Dream, Mr. Good Guy.
Thank you, Terminator.
Jared Davis, who actually posted your picture. Everyone, we want to
thank you, Jared Davis. Thank you again. I appreciate that.
Yeah, Blockade, Independent Dreams. Everyone, thank you. Dizzy Willow, what's up? Joe from Ohio, thank you. Ruben Sanchez, thank you all. We'll see you guys next week. Greg, I love you. I'll talk to you.
Thank you. I love you guys. I love all you guys. Drop the reps, increase the dosage.
Go vote.
Actually, up the reps and increase the dosage.
Go vote.
Vote Trump only.